Hello and welcome back to the Academic Interview Coach. I'm Dr. Ron Toll. Today I want to address what might be the single most common first question asked on academic interviews at virtually every job level. Would you please take a few moments and tell the committee a little about yourself? This question presents to you your first opportunity to put everyone at ease and score some points. But what are you going to say? How will you use the time given to your greatest advantage? While this opening question is a seemingly straightforward and predictable starting point to the session, almost a throwaway, please do not be fooled by its simplicity, and please do not throw it away. It is important to recognize that there are great answers and weaker answers to this question, and there are strategies available to you to provide an answer that immediately elevates your early standing and stature as the interview is just beginning to unfold. So let's go back to the question and perform what I'll call a little surgical dissection. Please take a few moments. A few moments. The onus has been placed squarely on you to self-regulate your time. I have seen candidates go on and on and on and on. And the chair of the committee, or the senior person among the group that you are now facing, is loath to stop you if you are going on too long, as defined by them, but generally a period of 3 to 4 minutes max. Think about a scenario where before you have scored any points at all on your interview, you've actually already potentially lost some. I can assure you that long-winded answers can serve to label you as an unbridled talker and potentially even a poor listener. Some of those nice people seated across from you at the interview table will wonder if you were self-possessed, disorganized, or perhaps even disrespectful in the sense that you have effectively taken time away from the committee to ask further questions of you that are of much greater substance. I cannot overstate this. Shorter is better than longer, especially if you can say something particularly meaningful, thoughtful, and endearing in those few moments that you've been granted right at the very beginning of the interview session. Now that we've considered the time limitation issue, let's talk a little bit about the substance. Please resist at all costs the intrinsic urge to simply repeat portions of your resume or your CV in spoken form. Again, I have seen way too many candidates, including those that looked really good on paper, and I was eager to interview and expected more of, simply embark on a pure recapitulation of their paper credentials. Think about that. How boring is it to hear someone say something akin to, "I began my career at Acme State University as an assistant professor of sociology. I really enjoyed my 5 years at Acme, and it was a great place for me to start my career. But then I decided to leave Acme to go to Upstate College as a department chair, where I continued to learn and grow, and now I'm an associate dean at Upstate." Really? Is that how you want to use your time and impress the committee? This type of purely biographical response to the generic opening question, "Please tell us a little about yourself," can also be interpreted in any number of less than completely flattering ways. Some of the people on the committee may actually be insulted that you didn't think that they had come prepared to your interview by having read your resume, and so that you assumed that it was necessary to read from your bio because they hadn't. Other people may simply be disappointed because they saw this as a chance for you to make an initial personal connection with them, and you passed on it. Some interviewers may interpret this type of response as a reflection of your nervousness or lack of interview experience. These are not terrible interpretations, and perhaps not without some truth behind them. But you can do so much better. And it's important for you to understand that this type of biographical reiteration completely fails to seize upon an opportunity to say things that are potentially of enormous value to your overall success as a candidate. Remember, you have an open invitation by way of this first generic question to go in any direction that you want. This opportunity may not repeat itself during the remainder of the entire interview, especially as the time grows short. And again, do not throw the opportunity away. Remember, the person who interviewed for the same position a few days ago may have had a great lead-off answer and now you're already behind. So how could you best approach this opening question, recognizing that this is a great time for you to shape the initial context at the start of the interview? Here's a chance to simply start off by saying thanks to all the folks present in the room for their service to the institution or to the college or the department. Perhaps you thank them for taking time because you know from your own service on search committees how much effort and preparation it takes to participate in the process. Or perhaps you suggest that you've been looking forward to this day as an opportunity for you and the institution to learn more about each other. Is there a student on the search committee, perhaps at the table in front of you? A comment about how pleased you are to see a student on the search committee can make a strong opening statement about your view of the role of students and the centrality of the student experience. Additionally, was there an act of kindness that was provided to you earlier in the day that could be the basis of a small comment about how warmly you've been received by the community at large, or how you've been welcomed to the campus? Obviously, these suggestions about how to fill a portion of the 3 minutes in response to the opening question are simple matters of common courtesy and polite discourse. Yet explicitly demonstrating these qualities will say a great deal more about you than where you were born and how long you've been in your current position. So now let's go a bit further in our thinking about how to best use this opportunity. Now's the time that you could use to anticipate a question which may be coming to you in a matter of minutes and provide a preemptive response. You might consider saying something that speaks well of their institution in the context of what is truly important to you and what originally drew you to their search. Do they have an amazing international studies program that caught your attention? Did their efforts at faculty grant acquisition spike up recently? Were they recently recognized with an institutional award or a Carnegie reclassification to a tier that they were striving to attain? Perhaps your philosophy of teaching is well aligned to the mission and curriculum of their school. Now, I want to be clear. I am not in any way suggesting that you engage in trivial or gratuitous praise. What I am talking about is giving the members of the interview committee a real sense of what attributes of their institution attracted your attention and caused you to seek a position there. You must never be phony on an interview. You will be found out. Rather, reference what you are truly passionate about and speak to it with the full energy of your heart and with your mind. Sincerity is a wonderful virtue. Begin to espouse it from the very start. So, you've kept your response brief, focused, and sincere. You've begun to make a great connection with the people in the room at a personal level. How do you end your answer? One way is to suggest that there is so much more that you would love to share with them, and that you know with the Q&A that is about to commence, there will be additional time to delve into topics of mutual interest. Perhaps you indicate that you are humbled to be there as a candidate and look forward to the remainder of the session or the day or the 2 days, whatever it may be. The goal here is to present a one-sentence closing thought that demonstrates your ability to craft an answer that has an opening, a body of thought, and a close, but where the close is really another opening. In sum, the first 2 to 4 minutes of your interview, especially in a face-to-face meeting with the committee, helps to set the tone of the entire session. Capture their attention and imagination. Go in a direction that'll separate you from all of the other candidates. Engage with them. Seize the moment. And please don't let that first opportunity slip away with a boring and uninformative answer. I can almost guarantee that at least one of the other candidates for the same position will begin their answer to that same question with the "I grew up in Daisy Hill and moved to the city when I was 3" story. If you have used this brief time wisely, you are already way out ahead of that other answer. Now keep going. A strong start is the best way to have a great session. It lifts your spirits and theirs and puts a smile on the face of everybody in the room. Thanks for watching. I hope that you will subscribe and return to this channel often and take full advantage of future content. I would enjoy hearing from you in the comments section below and welcome your suggestions for the content of future videos. For those of you seeking an in-depth, individualized, and one-to-one coaching experience specifically aligned to your current search activities or needs, please check out my website provided in the link posted below. I would enjoy getting to know you better and develop a unique strategy that showcases your individual skills, talents, and aspirations. See you next time, and of course, best of luck in your search. Have a great day.